This next lady, not only does she give away prizes on my show, which you should stick around to have a chance to win, but she also is an amazing crafter, and she's the host of C&T's Digital Lounge Wednesday Night Live. Yeah, raise the roof for Miss Lisa Liza Loop.
I'm wearing my flower shirt. This is the loudest shirt I own. It makes me feel like a school bus. I usually wear dark, solid colors. I'm not big into print, but I found a flower shirt just for tonight. So hi, everybody. Hey, look behind me. It's not done yet, but look. Look. I'm in the process of cleaning up this shelf with organized, matching little baskets and and putting up 6 of these ATC trays and putting my ATCs that people have given me. Now, the baskets are mostly empty. There's like all the crap is over here. But eventually it's going to be so much nicer for people to look at because I had like all like mixed up garbage over here, and now I'm going to make it nice and pretty. And I have my favorite Kelly, hello, what's her name? Kelly Roberts painting right there. So I'm showing you how to make some posies. I got some posies. These are some little posies that are inspired by a project that is in the book called Inspired to Sew by Barry J. One moment while I give you a little link for that information. Inspired, oh, there's a little cluster of posies. A little cluster bloom. There's the link to the book. So there's a project in her book that is all about making these little posies. Get keyboard cam out of the way. And I kind of adapted it a little bit because I'm in the process of making like 30 of these for a trade show. But the process is really easy and it's really fun. You work with felt. And so what you want to do to start with is you just take a strip of felt in whatever color you want, and you can cut it. You can scallop the edge a couple of different ways. If you like a softer edge, you can just do a really light scallop. You can do kind of a fat scallop, or you can do a little tiny scallop. And so you just cut your edges in the way you want, okay? Then we're just going to do a basting stitch. So I've threaded my needle with a double thing of thread. I've knotted the end of it. And all you're going to do, sorry for the keyboard in the way, it's not very attractive, is it? Let's see if I can, yeah, well, it's the best, that's as good as it's going to get, people. So you're just going to do a basting stitch and go right in a little less than 1/4 of an inch from the edge, come up and just do a very quick basting stitch. It just, you know, doesn't have to be too perfect. It's just going to do a little gathering, a little ruffling action for those of you who sew clothes. And just make sure that you come, when you're done, make sure you come to the edge. I'm going to try to do this without poking my finger because I'm trying to, okay, and so I've just loaded the whole thing onto this needle, and I would just pull it through. And then I'll show you in a minute what that's going to do. But to make it a little more interesting, before I do that, I'm going to first, if you'll notice I have a little piece of fabric kind of tucked inside there, and it's kind of got a little bit of a foldy thingy going on in there. And so I kind of figured out a way, I kind of liked how that looked, like a little center to the bloom. So what I did was I took a piece of regular fabric, not felt, but just regular cotton fabric, and I cut it into kind of a long skinny triangle like this. So I'm actually going to start by basting this first, and I'm basting it pretty close to the edge. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to run this through my needle real quick. All right, and I'm not watching the chat because I don't want to poke my finger and scream and bleed all over my flowers. That's exactly what I will do. Okay, so whoops, hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I've loaded that onto my needle. Okay, and then I'm just going to push it straight down the thread all the way to the bottom to the little knot. All right, so it's just hanging off my thread, and it's got this nice little graduating fan fold action going on there. Then I'm going to come and just leave it on the edge, and then I'm going to come to my felt, and it's all going to tuck together. So now I'm going to load up my little felt piece. Doobie shooby, wah. So I've been saying hoogie and wah at work all the time. I'm working on a catalog right now. It's our fall 2011 catalog for all the new releases coming up the rest of this year. And as I'm talking to the designers, I'm saying, you know, move the hoogie and the wah, the hoogie, and so they're cracking up. And so now I'm noticing every time I say hoogie and wah, and it's driving me nuts. But I love hoogie wahs. So they're all together on the string, and it's just kind of a tuck and roll option. All right, I can't really describe it and do it at the same time, so I'm just bringing it around, bringing the two, pulling the thread kind of tighter to bring it all together so it's nice little tight like that, and having this kind of tucked right inside, and then bringing the two edges together. Whoopsie, turned it inside out by mistake. Bringing those two edges together, pulling it tight, and then I'm going to stitch it shut. So that when you're done, so I've got it pulled all nice and tight, and I've got this cute little puckery flower, and I'm just going to take a couple of stitches to stitch the two side pieces together, and done. How easy was that, right? So when I've got those two little things stitched together, so I've just put a couple little stitches on the side like that. It's all nice and tight. And that's why it's important to double thread your string so your thread is nice and strong, a double thing of it, and then get it nice and tight, and you get this nice little random pucker. And so this is how it looks when you just lightly scallop the edges. This is how it looks when you scallop the edges a little more perfectly, and when you use a wider, if you use a wider triangle. You can also use a really skinny triangle, and then you can have two posies that nest together. How cute is that? And then you get a really adorable little bead and stitch it right inside. How cute is that? So you can really have fun with it. And then you do some little leaves. You take your felt and you cut some leaf shapes, and you take your embroidery floss, and you just make a couple. I'm going to just show you a very quick stitch where you come up from the bottom. Whoopsie, whoopsie. You come up from the bottom. Sorry. You come back down right next to where you came up, but don't pull it all the way through. Keep your thumb there to kind of guide it. Bring it around so you have a little loopy, not too fast. Decide how long you want your little loopy to be. Put your needle back up and through the loop. And that just gives you like a little petally kind of stitch, which is a really cute little accent. And so like on this one, I did 3 of them as a cute little accent on the tips of your leaves. Or you can just do a little vein, a little straight stitch to make a few little veins. Or you can do a couple of French knots. And then on the back, we're labeling the back, so this is a piece of white label paper, ignore that. On the back, you're just going to lay your posy on top of the leaves in a nice way, and you're just going to position them and just put a couple of stitches right here, and you're going to take a nice little pin back that's got the holes in it, and you're going to stitch it right there, and voila! You have a lovely little posy brooch. Or you can, that's if you want to put it as a pin, or you can attach it to a barrette, or you can attach it to some ribbon and tie it on a present, or you can put it around your waist, or you can put it around your nose, or you can put it around your wrist. So that's all I've got. I got the posies with the mosies. Posy, posy, posies. It's raining posies. Okay. I'm done reading posies. Here's Andrea.